Peace to the family. It's Brother Polight. It's a quick public service announcement. First and foremost, you can go to brotherpolight.com to make sure you can access the courses. We have a bunch of them running this week. We have the Holistic Mathematics course running this week, this Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We also have the UCC and Real Estate class that will commence this Saturday, as well as 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. You can view whichever one you choose first if you're in both classes, and view the other. You know the classes are pre-recorded and they get uploaded that day, at that time. But I wanted to talk to you about something extremely important today, and that is cryptocurrency. We have the cryptocurrency course that takes place Sunday, as well as the Gold in the Crisis course that also takes place Sunday. All right, so that's 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Time. So we got 4 classes running. We have to do the holistic mathematics because this is the time of season that everybody's going to get themselves sick. That's a fact. So we have to do that. Okay, so we have to do holistic mathematics. I have to find a way to get you guys not to spend so much money on packages. So I created holistic mathematics so I could teach you how to create the remedies yourself. And what it does, it keeps me from being under the gun by way of the FDA and the USDA. So both of us win. You get to spend less money because you can learn how to put the ingredients together yourself to establish those remedies. And I win because I don't have to be targeted when they sending me to court about my herbs because people saying they've been cured, you know, just like they did with my master teacher, Dr. Sabi, and loved one. So that's why I did the holistic mathematics course. I created it so you guys can save money and just create the remedies yourself. As you brothers and sisters may know, most of you know that I was taught by the master teacher, Dr. Sabi, who's always giving me high praise. I'm actually going to be releasing some exclusive video with Dr. Sabi giving me more love and support. And we're going to make it happen. It's going to be great. So definitely tune in for holistic mathematics. I expect to see you guys in the course. This Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And if you look at my Instagram stories, you will see I have people that have followed the process. The process is make money off of cryptocurrency, make money off of the stock class, Gold in the Crisis, and allocate those funds into real estate investments. So I have 2 people today that said thank you to me because they're purchasing their first home thanks to the strategy. I teach you how to make money off of stocks, and I say turn some of those monies over and fund your real estate endeavors so you get large sums of money. Take some of those real estate monies that you make from flipping those houses, so to speak, and put some of that back into the very thing that put you in that situation. So it's running like clockwork. So the course is UCC in real estate, that's on Saturday. Holistic mathematics, that's on Saturday. Gold in the Crisis is on Sunday, as well as Forex trading and cryptocurrency. Wealth in the pandemic, going digital. Right now, since Sunday, and I want to make this clear, when I first started Gold in the Crisis, and you know I'm going to pull up these videos, because I even did some on live, when I was just giving people jewels. I was telling you guys to buy XRP when it was 21 cents, 24 cents. XRP went up to 80 cents. I told you guys, while it's that little bit, put the money in. I could actually give you guys, I'm going to give you guys exact date and time. I'm going to show you the published video. I was real excited to see so many people reposting and saying, thank you, Brother Polight. Because I told people do this months ago. Also told you guys Ethereum several times when Ethereum was under $200. When Ethereum was 60 something dollars when the pandemic first started, I said go to Ethereum. When you missed out on it and it went up to $200+, I said it's time to go in on it. Ethereum now $800. When the pandemic first started, when Gold in the Crisis first started, and I said I'm not making this a crypto course, but what I will do is give you guys some jewels. This is a fact, and many of you know this is a fact because many of you have invested when I told you so. So now we have the cryptocurrency course, and it's time to cook. This is the cook up. Yeah, that damn thing hit 92 cents. You want to say 92 cents, what's that about? Who cares? It's only 92 cents. Yeah, I care when it was only 20 cents. 20, 40, 60, 80, that's more than 4 times our profit. If I put $5,000 in there, that means I made over 20 G's. And it was affordable, which it still is now. Right now it's at around 70 cents. It's still affordable. You got 70 cents in your pocket. But you see, what you got to understand is the expectation is that that thing is going to swell up. As the economy goes on decline, you got to understand the new currency is cryptocurrency. Money used to have to be backed by gold and silver. That's why you used to have silver certificate and gold certificate on it. That's why you used to have to turn in your $10 bill and your $10 silver certificate, and you get back silver in exchange. Real talk. Pardon me. You used to get back silver in exchange. You go to the bank, you give them $10, they give you back $10 in silver. You go to the bank, you give them a $50 gold certificate, they give you back $50 worth in gold. Because the money has to be backed by something, and they can't expect people to walk around with precious metals in their book bag, weighing them down. And then when you want a piece of bread, somebody got to cut the gold or the silver equal to the amount of that bread. That'd be nuts. So they have to give you a paper that attests to ownership and equity. And that's what the security is. And that's why you have QSIPs on the money. And the QSIP is a Committee on Uniform Securities Identification Procedure. Committee on Uniform Securities Identification Procedure. I say this because I have another engagement. But I want to make sure I can debrief people as much as possible. So the thing is, money is no longer backed by precious metals no more. Because we're in debt, and the Federal Reserve is not part of America. It's separate and different. And the treasurer, like when we had Ben Bernanke, I used to do a whole bunch of live streams breaking down Ben Bernanke's position when it was most relevant as the treasurer, because the treasurer's job is just to collect the receipt of debt as it relates to America during these hyperinflation times. So anyway, the point in case is, before I lose anybody, money is supposed to be backed by something. When it's not backed by something, it's called being colorable. It's function under color law. It means it's not legitimate, right? And so it is a Federal Reserve note now. Your money is legal tender for all debts, public and private. It's a Federal Reserve note instead of it being a silver certificate or a gold certificate per the House Joint Resolution March 9th, 1933. I'm just saying these things so you guys can get points of references for everything that I'm saying. But I break these things down in elaborate detail in the courses, whether it's the UCC and real estate course or now the cryptocurrency course, because it's very relevant. Why is this so relevant to cryptocurrency? Because it's the new currency. So money was supposed to be backed by gold and silver, but it's no longer backed. Our labor has been pledged as the greatest commodity, as the transmitting utility. You learned that from the UCC class. And therefore, we don't have certificates no more. We have notes, Federal Reserve notes. The money's not backed by anything that can only last for so long. So the new currency is the cryptocurrency. It's coming in. Cashless society is coming in. It's being ushered in. So what will back the virtual currency? What will back the digital currency? Blockchain. There's always going to be an analogy. There's always going to be a correspondence. There's always going to be a dichotomy. Pick whatever word you love the most. If we don't get in front of this information, we'll be well behind. And then our generations to come will suffer the consequence of being just like us when we was born into a lack of wealth. Our next generation need to be born into inherited wealth. We have to employ the themes of wealth stewardship. That means generational wealth. A devised generational wealth. A planned generational wealth. But when we say generational wealth, it becomes scary because a lot of times you are under the pretense that you're going to have to make such a sacrifice in this lifetime in order for your posterity to win and persevere, which should be no problem. But it is scary because if you're no good to yourself, you can't be no good to no one else. So I get it. You may not be able to save as much for your next generation to come. I get it. But in this instance, the way I teach, you'll be able to eat today and your children will be able to eat tomorrow. If you take the time out to study. We are blessed to live in these hard times because only in these hard times are things so affordable. We are blessed. You are blessed to live in these hardships because if you figure your way out the maze, if you unlock the Rubik's Cube, if you decode this matrix, you not only come out a winner, you come out amassing wealth. If you want to learn how to purchase crypto and do all that stuff, get into the course. Just go to brotherpolight.com and purchase the Forex trading and cryptocurrency course. Don't be the people that when 2021 comes, you still laying in wait in an endeavor to figure out what's the next move. Don't be that person. 2020 has taught us at least one thing. You failed to prepare. Almost everyone got caught off guard. Not too big a fan of Coinbase. That's why I ask you to come to class, guys, so you don't make no errors. You have to set your situation up because there's cyber attacks that you can be subject to because those are hot wallets. And though they may be insured depending on the exchange that you're using, I want to make sure that you guys don't put yourselves in a vulnerable position because you have to understand the nuances. You have to understand the rules of engagement because this is another world, this is another paradigm. So other people will just simply tell you, oh, go to this exchange and get that done. But if you don't know what a cold wallet is, if you don't know what a hot wallet is, if you don't know what a hardware wallet is, you need to come to class because this is a new world. And the people that are not acclimated to the newly found information that will drive the new world will find themselves displaced. And by the time you catch on, it will be because of the redundancy of the new world imposing its will on you. This is what happened to us with the being able to pay by phone and the Metro cards and all the stuff that get scanned. Some of us was behind that, so we wasn't able to take advantage of investing in anything associated with it. Every generation, the lower income community and the most uneducated people are the last ones to start taking advantage of the new amenities. And therefore, if you don't understand it, how could you invest in it? The world that's coming in is going to take you by storm because they're leveraging the coronavirus as an opportunity to make us go through a transition. So by the time we come out of the coronavirus era or pandemic, everything's going digital. I promise you, everything is going digital. I promise you that. You already have stores no longer taking paper money. Only your mom and pop shops will take paper money. It will have very little value. Everyone's transitioning over. Governments are transitioning over to cryptocurrency. You mark my words. And so you need to know where to invest while these things cost pennies of a dollar. Because as Bitcoin goes up, which is the flagship, so shall Ethereum, so shall Litecoin, even Dogecoin, which is very cheap. But you guys need to know how to pick your spots. And if you have to choose amongst 8, 10 things, in which order do you choose? And if you fractionally invest, under what pretense do you fractionally invest? These are things that we really have to learn. Take the time out to master these things, because when 2021 comes in, I'm not playing. When January comes, you're going to see what America does with crypto. Mark my words. And if I was BSing, people would say, yo, he always comes out with some BS and then it never comes to pass. I don't play no games like I'm a prophet or anything. I told you, math and science gives us the ability to prophesize. That's what math and science does. So I'm not telling you anything that's not within the confines of your capabilities and your potential. I'm the whistleblower. That's all I'm doing. I don't even know how to blow whistles. I don't even know how to make a whistle sound. But I'm the whistleblower. That's the paradox, right? So I'm just letting you know what it is. I'm just putting you in tune with information, put you in the right direction, save yourself. That's why even with the holistic health program, when I was with Dr. Sebi before he passed, I'm going to tell you something that's real personal. It is my personal knowledge, not belief, that Dr. Sebi was killed because he was working on a universal pill. He was working on a pill to consolidate the merits of almost everything he's ever created for healing, so he could just put it all in one, and all you have to do is just buy that pill. The people that worked for him participated in his death. I can tell you this is fact. They worked in collusion with the government that incarcerated him. This is a fact. Because you don't understand what it's like to be in prison in third world countries. Your family has to bring you food when you're incarcerated in the third world countries, otherwise you don't eat. When Sebi was incarcerated for so-called carrying X amount of money, what you don't understand is family and friends are the only ones that can bring you food. So people worked in collusion to tear him down. I'll tell more of that story in another day and time. But the point of the matter was, he didn't want people to have to pay $1,500 for packages or $700 for packages. He worked on a pill that when you took that, it could damn near eradicate any and everything that you had. This is a fact. And I will play you a video where not only he discussed it, I will play a video. I may do it this week. If I don't do it this week, I'll put it on my life. Word to Everything I Love, I'll do it next week. I'll play the video where even you have a brother that's on the Breakfast Club talking about this pill, and he makes it clear that I knew about it and Sabi gave it to me. I still have the same bag of pills. And anybody that was there for his last class in Washington, D.C., Sister Lena Chase knows. Anybody that was there for the last class in Washington, D.C., where he had the bag of pills that would take out anything. He said, this is the future. So you won't have to pay for the diabetes package. You won't have to pay for the cancer package. It was all in one. And anybody that knows anything, because I know there's a young idiot that's out there that says, I don't even know Dr. Sabi, which is the most weirdest lie on planet Earth. But anybody that knows anything knows that Dr. Sabi was not only very fond of me, they would know I'm the only man that he's ever taught alongside state after state after state after state. Anybody that knows Dr. Sabi or is familiar with anything with Dr. Sabi, they know that Sabi used to fly in from other countries just to hear me teach. Anybody that knows Dr. Sabi would know Dr. Sabi called me his superhero. And I don't have to worry about validating that because it's on video where he says, Brother Polight is my superhero. I'm also going to integrate that in the same video. So they took that man out because you got to understand the monies that's being made. If you work for the man, your hustle is predicated upon what? Selling all those different products. And this guy's heart is so big, he's about to destroy the business and just make a pill to knock out everything. Damn near. So anyway, and perpetuating the legacy of Dr. Sabi, and in the era that we in, this amazing internet era, I don't want to be slowed down by getting this approved, that approved, and this drug isn't allowed here, or these combinations aren't allowed, because they even make it unlawful to combine certain combinations of herbs that both are legal, but if you combine them a certain way, they make it illegal. I don't want to go through that. So what I did is I created a course where I just teach you how to mix it yourself. Makes it a whole lot cheaper. You buy the ingredients yourself and you do your damn thing. Only if it's special measurements or you just need a certain rate of efficiency, you don't want to deal with it, I'll make some of those things available. But the reality is we got to create a do-it-yourself program. My real estate program is do-it-yourself. My holistic mathematics is do-it-yourself. People just eat at random just because the food is so-called good. What the hell does good food mean? Good food is a personal acquisition. An avocado may not necessarily be good food for me because I might have a hypoallergic response to avocado that I don't even realize because it doesn't register as a blemish in the skin or a bump or a bruise, or it doesn't cause my thyroid gland to swell up. How do I actually know unless I get it tested? You know, it takes carbohydrates 1 to 2 hours to convert into usable energy for the body to use. It takes protein 3 to 4 hours to convert into usable energy for the body to use. It takes fat 5 to 6 hours to convert into usable energy for the body to use. So you have 1 to 6 hours worth of energy coming in intervals of 2 when you have a plate of food. So it stands to reason, depending on what your goal is and the understanding of your metabolic rate, you will have to say, you know what, maybe I have excess in fat earlier in the day and little to none at the end of the day. And then you got to consider your circadian rhythm in retrospect. Because if you were to stop eating at 10 p.m., that means you have energies bursting out in intervals straight to 4 a.m. Your body shuts down. It's like I'm not breaking down no more food after 10:30. So if you have energy kicking in and out of you while you're so-called supposed to sleep, it's going to disturb your REM sleep, which is the sleep that you need for your hormones to be properly assessed. So your body can prepare you for the adversity for the oncoming day. Because you might be a boxer, you might be a ball player, you might endure certain levels of stress at the workplace. Whatever the case is, your body has to prepare you for that level of adversity on the next day. But if you have energy kicking in during the time you're supposed to be in your deepest sleep, because there's 4 major components of sleep, and the 4th deepest sleep is the REM sleep, and that has to happen every 30-45 minutes or so, maybe even a lesser. So what happens is you are not getting, the body has to use the central nervous system to conduct advanced analytics. And then those advanced analytics correspond, or the central nervous system sends correspondence to the endocrine system, which is responsible for hormonal balance. Hormones are instructions. So it has to give you instructions to prepare, to have enough energy, because you might have to be extremely active day to day. It makes an assessment about the last 24 hours, the last week, the last month, and the last year. And it holds all of that in retrospect to prepare you for the next day. If you don't get REM sleep, because every time you're about to go into your deepest sleep, the food you just ate just kicked in another 2 hours, just kicked in another hour and a half, you never get your REM sleep. You don't get your REM sleep, your body can't properly prepare you for the next day. So whatever it is that you could have learned, you could have learned it that much more quicker if your body had the ability to make a fair assessment without compromise. If I'm boxing, my body needs to know I have to intake pain for whatever the fuck the reason is. I have to have a quicker twitch, and quicker reflex, whatever the reason is. If I don't get REM sleep, my body can't make a better assessment so I can exist and work at the most optimal level. I might have to be a student because I'm in school. Certain level of stress and being able to retain information is requisite to being a great student. If I don't give my body not just the appropriate rest, but stop eating at certain hours so the energy isn't kicking in when the only time that assessment can take place properly is every 30 to 45 minutes. And in some instances, even 25. You see what I'm saying? So these are things I need people to take the time out and think about. Okay? The next time I do a stream, we're gonna call it the death of PayPal, the death of Stripe. Why not? Because you won't need those things when the crypto world comes in. You won't. That's why the banks and everybody is racing against human beings. Institutions are racing against your ability to learn these things so they can entrap you again. PayPal is racing, Stripe is racing, Wave is racing, Google Pay is racing, Bank of America is racing. They locked in, they in bed with XRP right now. That's why their stock just went up, and that's why XRP is rising, because the cat is out the bag, because Bank of America tried to keep it secret, pardon the word try. Bank of America has worked in collusion with XRP, I'm gonna say it like that, to keep everyone blinded from the fact that they are in bed with each other. Because it is a race to make sure you guys don't know how to have your own wallets and use crypto without their aid. Because what America is working on is creating wallets for everybody so they can still have a control over your monies, your finance, which doesn't necessarily suffice. You don't need them. So everyone's racing, because when you get scared and you get nervous and you don't know what to do, you just go, yo, can y'all just create a wallet for me automatically and put the crypto coins in there and do it? And then next thing you know, you get in charge fees and all sorts of stuff, where crypto is designed where you can pay minimal or no fees for things you used to use for Western Union, the death of Western Union, the death of MoneyGram, the death of Stripe, the death of PayPal. I'm telling you the facts. But if you stay ignorant, you're going to be back in the same thing they're doing with your paper money right now. That's why it's big money on ignorance. So they're racing to get their whole shit set up. Because if the people find out first, we won't need them. Whistleblowing, I'm telling you. So we're gonna talk about it. I just want you guys to keep that in mind, man. It's real deep. It's real deep. The world of crypto is deeper than just putting some money up and investing. We're gonna talk about it. We're gonna have a great class this weekend. I look forward to seeing you guys. Remember, go to brotherpolight.com. I just wanted to kick some knowledge with you guys, man. People are insane. I lost today my virginity at the age of 28. Why do I have to see this in the middle of me teaching? You trolls are the best, though. You make me laugh. I ain't gonna lie. I hope your ass don't be broke during this 2021, man. I hope not. Okay, peace and love, man. I love you guys. I had a great time sharing some information with you. And please don't get yourself stuck. No matter how bad times appear to be today, understand you are blessed to live during these bad times. You just get the knowledge and you'll be on the other side of the calamity. Peace and many blessings. brotherpolight.com. Go over there and make it happen. I love you guys. Iluvu.